Hello, my name is Rich Bergeman. I'm a photographer, and I'm really happy and honored to be in this exhibit for the love of Oregon on its, 163rd birthday, something like that. I'm a transplant to Oregon, having come in the 1970s, but it's always felt like home to me. And I've grown, in my photography, I've grown really interested in the history of Oregon, particularly the waves of different white settlements that have moved into the state in the 1800s and the effect that had on the Native Americans who lived here before them, from the high desert to the Willamette Valley to the Paleolithic Coast Range, and have done different projects related to those themes. For this show, though, I put in 4 landscapes made in territories I like to explore. And the first one I wanted to talk about, I have 4 pictures here. 3 of them are made with an infrared sensitive camera, and 1 is made with a large format 5x7 film camera. An old favorite made, I don't know what, 20 years ago. But the others were all made last fall. Very new pictures for me. Usually when I make a photograph, I like to hang it on a wall and live with it for a while. But the wall happens to be here right now because I liked these right away after I made them. This is a picture of Fort Rock out in Central Oregon. It's a tufa ring, monolith that used to be an island in prehistoric times, and this whole Fort Rock Valley was a shallow sea, and Native Americans would canoe out to this island, they believe, historians believe, and live in the caves in there and fish for seasonally and collect shellfish seasonally. So it has a history related to the Native Americans. In fact, this little butte over here is very small. Is where the Fort Rock Cave is, where the famous Fort Rock sandals were found by U of O archaeologist Luther Cressman back in the 1930s, which helped date the earliest settlement of Oregon, at least eastern Oregon. I photographed this monolith a lot over the years. I've explored this area a lot because I was photographing remnants of the old homestead land rush that occurred there in the early 1900s, which occurred in a valley around this area. But this afternoon, it was an afternoon in fall last year in October, very late, sun was going down, or close to going down, and I just fell in love with this huge sky that was over the monolith, kind of dwarfing the monolith by itself, making it look even smaller with the distance in the sky. But it seemed to really dramatize what Central Oregon can be like in certain weather, just a huge space, bigger than a human feels comfortable in sometimes. This is an infrared photograph. You can't quite tell it was photographed with an infrared camera because out in eastern Oregon, the telltale signs of infrared are usually greenery, foliage turning white, sometimes too white, but being a highlight. And out in eastern Oregon, there's not a lot of green stuff. But the infrared does affect how the sky is rendered, because the infrared does not reflect from the clear blue sky, meaning that it's going to be really dark in the picture, and it really makes the clouds stand out more than in regular black and white photography or color photography.